Good day, fellow South Africans and citizens of the world. And you know, South Africa, we all know, has a huge crime rate and it's growing. And if you look at what happened in Richards Bay just in the last few days, where xenophobia was clearly apparent and gangs of local black Africans were beating up black Africans who'd come in from states north of South Africa, and the police were just completely missing in action. And that's why the actual violence is getting out of control, because there's no longer a steadying hand. You know, the blue thin line with the police, they're not doing their job. And the compounding factor here is that there are not enough of them. So for the size of the population of South Africa, the police are incredibly understaffed, and a lot of them are not only incompetent, but there are those amongst their number who are corrupt and who actually are working with gangs in South Africa. And that's why the general police service in South Africa is not trusted by the man in the street. Well, it's getting worse. And I can tell you why. About 20 billion rand is going to be cut over the next 3 financial years from the police service. Following Wednesday's announcements by the South African Police Service, or SAPS, to the Portfolio Committee of Police, the National Treasury had instructed the South African Police Service, or SAPS, to cut their budget through a 5 to 6 and 7% baseline reduction over the next 3 years. The official opposition has raised concerns over the possible loss of 23,000 personnel as a result of these cuts. Now, the population of South Africa is growing exponentially, and they're going to now cut out over 20,000 police jobs so they can stay in budget. You can see this is a strategy for absolute chaos in South Africa. MP Andrew Whitfield said in a statement, "This shocking announcement comes at a time when the majority of South Africans feel increasingly unsafe in their communities due to escalating levels of violence and crime." According to Whitfield, the DA has proposed an alternative yet constructive budget proposal which considers cutting VIP protection costs instead of other police programs. Now, you know who the VIP protection programs are for? Yep, the well-connected, the senior bureaucrats, the president, the members of parliament, people like Julius Chameleon Malema. They're all funded by the taxpayer, and they are draining the public purse in areas like funding the South African Police Service, which is for the general public. So there are 2 sets of rules here. The party estimates, this is the DA, the current VIP protection budget allocation of about 10 million rand per individual per year, with an approximate cabinet cost to taxpayers amounting to 631 million rand yearly. That's how much the members of parliament are costing the South African taxpayer to be protected. Whitfield said, "It is unconscionable that National Treasury would request SAPS budget cuts when our police service is already severely undercapacitated and under-resourced. Further budget cuts will only continue to hinder the South African Police Service's ability to provide visible policing and will condemn citizens to living in even greater fear than they do now." The party further commented on how this would hinder the president's promise to halve violent crime. Well, that's not going to happen. You know, hippo eyes, he just speaks with a forked tongue. Whitfield said, "The instruction from National Treasury requests that SAPS must cut its budget by 5 billion rand in 2020 to 2021, 6.5 billion rand between 2021 and 2022, and by 7.8 billion rand in 2022 to 2023. This will lead to 23,617 posts being lost through an approximate 20 billion rand cut over the next 3 financial years. SAPS is currently 64,000 police officers short of meeting the United Nations policing ratio of 1 to 220. In South Africa, the police-to-citizen ratio is 1 to 380, added Whitfield, before stating a loss of an additional 23,000 personnel is not the answer. Now, you wonder why there's such a huge private security industry in South Africa. Wonder no more. South Africa is a very, very dangerous place, and the crime statistics put it as one of the most dangerous countries in the world today. And we now know why. The police are just not able to handle the level of crime that South Africa is facing. And that's impacting on everyone. All right, guys, please remember to subscribe to be kept informed. Ring the bell to get the updates. And please have a safe day and like this video. Take care.